Welcome to the Geek Easy, fellow geeks. Today I'm going to be reviewing EC collection of Adult Tales of Terror, Horror and Suspense Illustrated. This is the complete collection. There's only 3 magazines worth of stories in here. Now, the reason this book exists was, I'm sure a lot of you know about the whole, I can't remember the name of the psychologist, Wortham. He did a report about how comic books led to teenage delinquency and all that, which led to congressional hearings, and then you have the comic companies, which would eventually become Marvel and DC, to adopt the comics code voluntarily. And at the time, we still had EC in comics like that doing Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror, and all that. But all these series of events led to the collapse of sales in those just because of those circumstances. So what they tried to do here with EC, is they changed course. And it really, it was a gamble, which unfortunately didn't work. But what they do is they still published the stories, but like right here you have the cover, same cover you have here. But what they did was, it was done in kind of a prose fashion, but then would draw certain parts of the story along to go along with it. So you've got the whole story, but it's just illustrating little segments of it along with it, in order to bypass certain certain things, like during the trials, during the congressional hearings, the senators and Congress were complaining about, there's a picture of a man with, holding up a severed head with blood dropping down. This is tasteless. And so they've tried to work around it by doing these. Unfortunately, the magazine didn't sell well, and it was canceled only after 2 issues. They had a certain amount of stories per, like 4 or 5 stories each. And then there were 3 written, only 2 published, and this book here has all 3 of them. All 3 issues. These stories were really good, and presented in a different format still made it entertaining, because you've got the stories that were just as good quality, and the art is the black and white stuff that they did back in the day are just as incredible. And I wish they had succeeded and done better, because I'd like to have more of these. But it didn't. You've got like 170 something, 180 pages of stories, like this, and it went too fast. They were great. So if you're a fan of the old EC Horrors, Tales from the Crypt, a Vault of Horror and all that, and you want to see them done in a little bit different of a presentation, I suggest you get this, because it is awesome. And this is the only book like it, because these were the only copies, the only stories that came out. So I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5 and say, get it. Let me know in the comments below if you've read it. Like, subscribe, and most of all, enjoy your comics.